Nityanandam, this is my Shiva Maya here, and in the video that I just made, I explained the whole Samskara Dahana Kriya process. It's a beautiful, powerful Kriya that you can do to clean your whole inner space. Like how we clean our house, we can clean this house also where we live in. Right? So if you want to know everything about this Kriya, you're got interested, then first watch that video where I explain the 21 steps to do this Kriya. And in this video, I want to attend to a beautiful question that got sent to me by one of the people that just started doing this Samskara Dahana Kriya process. Because I feel it can also be very relevant and helpful for you. Okay, so let me get the question here and read it out for you exactly. Thank you, by the way, very much, GD and Baby Brain, as your name is on YouTube, for sending in this question to me. The question is, she has been looking to a lot of Swamiji's videos, or he, but I just assumed it was a she. And the question is, in one video, Swamiji explains to just unclutch from that form of the past that was me, which of course was an outdated cognition. But what I don't understand is, so in step 3, I unidentify, I take the distance from that past form of me, and then that form will melt down. Does it melt down naturally because of my cognition is different now? And I wouldn't suffer now for the same issues I did in the past? What if the incident was so strong, like sexual abuse, for example, that also my present cognition would have difficulties unclutching from it? Because, for example, if when I was a baby I had a trauma because I didn't get the ice cream I wanted, it's natural that now at the age of 30, I wouldn't suffer from the same thing. But if the incident was sexual abuse, also today at 30, I think I would be affected. So it's hard for me to understand how to unclutch from something really strong. Okay, this is a beautiful question. And to start with, like, the truth is that there is nothing existing like a strong or a less strong or a simple or a difficult or a complicated incompletion. We tend to categorize that according to what we experience, but that is exactly what this whole process is doing. It is updating all of those categories. Because not getting an ice cream can be experienced as traumatic when you are a little kid, right? So we go through that situation and we see, oh, actually there's not so much of a trauma. I just created a desire in me for that ice cream. And I created the whole scene of my parents like not wanting to buy it or whatever was the situation. And you update those understandings either by, first of all, realizing, putting your awareness in that that desire is actually redundant. It is not that important anymore to you. But that is only one part of it, because there can be a lot of other conclusions and they also all need to be updated. Because sometimes we take a conclusion in that situation, like, or we feel the ice cream, we don't get it because our parents don't have the money. And that also at a later age can still be something we're struggling with, that we don't have the money to buy whatever we want, right? It used to be an ice cream, now it's a house or a car or whatever. Also that we can update in the same way. Also what you're putting forward as an example for sexual abuse. And how does that exactly work? That is a really important thing to understand. Going through the situation, you will never, or you will always get new information, new understanding by putting your awareness. And that way, it is also possible to start understanding why the whole sexual abuse, for example, happened, how you are responsible for co-creating that situation of happening. And I am careful with choosing my words because I don't at all want to give you the feeling that in any case of sexual abuse, it is the fault of somebody who gets abused. No, there is no guilt involved. There is no nothing that you did wrong, so to say, that made you deserve this abuse. That in itself is completely ridiculous. But what you can see through is where actually in that situation also is the power to cognize it in different ways. Because we got stuck in one way of seeing it. I have heard literally people who went to a rape incident telling afterwards, years later to me, sharing like, actually, when I look back, I can see exactly where I invited the whole situation to happen. Because she was able to later understand, see through how, when she was bicycling actually, and she already saw these the people that were going to rape her just a little later in that incident, how she saw these people and was thinking in her own mind, oh, now something really bad is going to happen. And how she actually invited that whole situation then and there to actually unfold that way. Because at that very moment, nothing was happening still. So at that very moment, she could have turned her bike and went the other way. She could have already started screaming to get attention of other people who would prevent the whole situation for it to happen. There, like that, already there were like infinite possibilities to avoid that whole situation. And as soon as you see that, you are back in power. It still you went through that situation, but as soon as you see that kind of things in the situation by reliving and relieving it now, you are able to gain your power back and also just simply decide in that powerful space that such a thing is never going to happen again and that you will fully heal what has happened in the past inside of you, so it will not bother you for any more moments in your life. And that all of it, all of that situation had, when you look now, still, if you are now in such a situation, you have experienced one or the other traumatic, strong incident, and you are trying to figure out how to get out of it, then listen very carefully. Because throughout your life, after that incident, it had in so many ways effect on the life you were living and how you were experiencing that, right? It might have been the crucial thing inside of you that you built so many decisions on whether to start a relationship or avoid it. The kind of person that you invited as a relationship with. The in so many infinite ways, I think you can very well apply that to your own situation and see now, oh yeah, it has been affecting my life in many ways. That all can be undone. Listen to my words, it really can all be undone. The only thing you need to do is this Samskara Dahana Kriya process with it, till you understand every bit and piece of it. And understanding is not analyzing. Understanding, I don't mean the kind of understanding from the logic that will be involved actually till the moment that you start recognizing what is the difference between using your mind and using your consciousness, because consciousness and mind are two different things. Mind is like, if it at all is something, it is your brain producing certain thoughts. And consciousness is, yeah, there are two things. Basically, there is this form and there is consciousness, and that's all pervading. And it is like the energy you live from, that what makes you alive in this body, and it is there all around. So I'm making way more videos about that as a whole different topic, or a separate topic, because we can't handle it all at the same time. Now I want to focus on this Samskara Dahana Kriya process, and how it will help you to even completely heal such traumatic situations and incidents that you might have experienced, like sexual abuse, but it can also be like a tremendous fight in which you got hurt, or an extreme car accident, or whatever is very strong in your perception, you can apply this to. So, okay, for some more understanding, it is important to see that difference, and you will throughout the process, at a certain moment it will just happen, that if it's not the case right now, that you start recognizing the difference between your logic and consciousness. Just put your conscious awareness into the situation, because most of the time it feels so painful that we don't want to listen to it. We don't want to hear anything. We don't want to relive it. We don't want to think about it. But every single moment of your life, it is there as a part of you. It is there as a memory. It is there inside of you, and it is affecting so many of the decisions that you make on a daily basis. So you need to attend to it. Do it the right way. The right way is to put your awareness on it, to decide sorry, I was distracted by a moment because the computer light went off. Decide to infuse all of your awareness into that situation, however much pain it will do. You will not go crazy. You will not kill yourself. I know that from experience, because literally when I first did this, that was one of my biggest fears. I was thinking, with certain incidents of my own life, to go back into that and relive it. I was literally thinking, if I have to go through that pain again, if I even have to touch that pain with a little bit of listening or writing it down on a paper, I will go crazy. I will lose my mind. I will not be able to handle it, and I will kill myself. So what did I do? I asked a few people from the Sangha who were also doing this process to stay with me in the same room during that process. I just explained, I'm having so much fear to go into it. So I want to arrange a safe setting for myself. So please be here and avoid me doing something stupid you would also never do. So that was my prevention, to not go crazy and to not step out of the window and make an end to my life. So whatever you feel you need to safely go back to this pain, arrange it. You will see after some time that it is not needed at all. But if you believe at this very moment, just like I did back then, that I needed it, just do it. Make sure some people are around, or if that is your biggest fear, to do it with people, then start being alone and doing it. Whatever you need, just arrange for it, but go into that pain. Attend to it, because that is the way to heal it, actually. And even with the strongest situations, even I would love to do this process, help people in this process that have been in the, like war situations. There are so many people on this planet that have experienced like awful incidents throughout their life, and it can all be healed. It really is possible. I know that from experience. It has been written down in the whole Vedic tradition in so many ancient scriptures. My guru is teaching everyone who wants to learn in all of his programs, and he has been initiating so many people in the completion process and into doing this Samskara Dahana Kriya. And very recently, he posted a Facebook message, please, for all of my disciples who wants to heal themselves, do this. So he is like literally with us, with all of his awareness, and he is the embodiment of that consciousness. Right, so he is here in form, but he has completely realized and solved each and every problem that each and everyone on this planet could ever face. So with that awareness and healing space, he is available in everywhere now to just step into and have that as our help to let that healing happen in us also. If you can connect to that, then you can hold his picture when you're doing this Samskara Dahana Kriya process, and just to connect to him and invite his energy, let that heal you, because it is continuously available to you. If it doesn't click with you, if you don't understand what a master is and can't relate to it, it's also fine. You can still do the whole Samskara Dahana Kriya process. You don't need to be Hindu. You don't need to be disciple of Swamiji to do this process. It is just if you have that feeling connection, then it will be tremendously useful for you. It will help you and accelerate the process tremendously. Okay, so back to the question. In the end, going through this process, you will realize that all of these kind of incidents that we experience are, are nothing like one is way stronger than the other. They simply are all there right now in our memory. And as soon as we start this process of cleaning up, there will come a moment that we feel so much of relief, that we feel so much of new upgraded understandings happened in our system, so that we don't longer hold it as a problem. And you will see that that will result in it not even popping up in your system, in your awareness anymore, as something that can hit you in any moment in life. And that is what continuously happens when we are in contact with other people. Wherever we get agitated, irritated, sad, or whatever in exchange of things, it is simply the unattended trash that we hold inside of all of our past experiences that has not been attended to with full awareness yet. And that is why other people can just touch it like that, and it will be activated in your system. It's actually not the other person doing something to you. It is just a reminder that there's something inside that needs to be cleaned up. And that is so powerful, because we always feel, right, that other people around us have the power to hurt us. No, they don't. They don't. It is just our unattended things that we keep inside that give them that power, because they are just living their life, just doing something or saying something, and it reminds us of that very incident where we got hurt. As soon as we heal that, it's over. And healing means just seeing through where actually you had the power to create this or create something else. And that is the whole beauty of doing all of these processes and doing being on this spiritual journey, doing the Samskara Dahana Kriya, but even with yoga, meditation, all of these techniques, whatever you use, it will give you those more powerful cognitions, more powerful understandings, and not understandings in a way of the logic again, because the logic is only one dimension of life and there are so many more dimensions. Our brain is capable of analyzing it. Yeah, that is a beautiful capability, but you should not use it on your day-to-day life experiences, because it is not interesting to analyze it. That will just keep you in the same pain. It is interesting to heal it, and that requires other abilities that you also have, because you don't need to go to school, or you don't need to just watching this video is enough. You can do watch this video and the Samskara Dahana Kriya video that I made before this one, because there I explain exactly what 21 steps to take. So both of those videos together is enough. Just do it and feel, experience the tremendous healing power of this Kriya. Well, if you have any other questions, then please send them in. I'm happy to answer them in other videos, or hear your beautiful experiences of how the Kriya worked out beautifully for you, what updates you got. Please share as much as possible of that, because it is not for nothing that sharing is part of the Kriya itself. That is how existence helps through you and me healing each other, basically. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. Become or subscribe yourself to my YouTube channel for more of this amazing content, and let's get in touch. See you in next video. Be blissful. Nityanandam.